What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to do a detailed walkthrough of the all-new Crescent Kayaks Shoalie SF. SF stands for Specialized Fishing. What is the Shoalie? Well, the Shoalie is a boat that Crescent, they wanted to get more into the full-on fishing style market. So what Crescent did, they built in a lot of fishing features, and this system is a Drew Gregory inspired system, which, I mean, if you guys don't know who Drew Gregory is, he's one of the top bass fishermen out there in the world right now, as far as kayak bass fishing anyway. But yeah, I can tell you guys, I know this video is going to be a little long because there is a lot going on this boat that you might not see, but I will do my best to break down each feature. So yeah, stick around. I think you're going to like this one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start back here at the stern. It's a molded in rubberized drain plug, always nice to see. Nothing new, you know, a drain plug's a drain plug. It's a hole with a cap in it. These right here, these are power pole mounts. So right here, you can see they didn't do inserts. They made it where the customer could mount a power pole mount or mount where they could put a motor back here. So if you wanted to put some sort of motor or a power pole, there is a setup for it. So Crescent thought about you guys that wanted to put power poles. That was not available on the CK1, and it's available on this one. Nice handle. Into inserts, this is a nice handle. I've never been a big fan of these like cloth top handles, but wow, does this thing work well. These right here, if you guys are wondering what these are, this is something that a lot of like river fishermen will use, kayak anglers. They'll run a chain. So this is made for drag chains. Not everybody's going to use that, but you know what? Crescent put it on there, so if you want it, it's there. It didn't cost anything. It's just a channel, and it also helps water. If water gets up in there, you know, it drains out better. So good job on that. I do like having the option for drag chains if you do want it. Nice big hatch. This is their standard hatch. This is a cat bag. This cat bag does not come standard on it. This cat bag is available on Crescent's website if you want to get one. Really nice. It keeps everything dry, puts it in there. Nice dry hatch so you can get more, so you can get some internal storage in there. Nice Crescent logo on the hatch. These little frog guys here, this is for if you guys want to run some sort of motor, you could run internally if you want to get some steering back here on your motor or some sort of rudder. So it's great that they put those little frog guys on there. You would drill those out, run your tubing, whatever, and then run your cords down through there. So yeah, there's that. What am I missing back here? Nothing. Shoalie graphics, Shoalie SF, it stands for Shoalie. Shoalie is a type of bass fish that's native to more of the southeast. These little pad eyes here, so these little pad eyes, that is so cool. I really like that they put metal pad eyes instead of the cheap plastic one. That attention to detail really impresses me with Crescent. That is a steel. Those are stainless pad eyes. Look at that. And they run all the way down the boat. That is for an anchor wizard. So if you're going to run your anchor wizard or a way of dropping something down right here, you've got them both on both the left and right where you would run that. And I'll get into the anchor wizard here in a minute, by the way. Yeah, so check this out back here. I do have a black pack in here, but I'm going to remove this black pack real quick for you guys and show you how this system is back here. So yeah, okay, I just removed the black pack and I'm going to show you guys. Notice back here, there's not bungee. They did something that I really like. They've got these cute little cam straps. Look at these nice little cam straps. I had actually never seen these little small cam straps like that. That is really cool. And it's a actual cam strap system back here instead of bungee, because obviously, you know, if you ever flip and you got something like a black pack in there, you want it to be nice and sturdy. It's ran through some Yak Attack rails here that go around, and you can see that holds the black pack. See how I had it, how I ran through there? It works extremely well. Very impressed with this cam strap system over bungee. After using this, I want cam straps on all of my boats from this point on. I don't think I ever want to go back to bungee. Another mount right here, if you want to mount down, if you want to mount your black pack that way, it gives you two large kind of security pad eyes right there. American made and engraved in. Is that not cool? I just noticed that. Silencing pads for your black pack, or just kind of like padding back here so your black pack doesn't move around. Two Yak Attack gear tracks on each side. This cutout right here, so this cutout right here, they actually did this for the Boondocks kayak cart. They didn't have to do this, but they did it. I really like this. It was nice that they put that in there. You can see on both sides. The Boondocks cart fits down in there. It mounts here with a bracket, and it holds extremely well. So this is already Boondocks cart ready. Is that not cool? I like that feature right there. This right here is for the trigger of your rod, I think, where your rod fits down in here. Yak Attack little rod holders. And, you know, one thing that I did find, that comes loose, so not a fault of Crescent. That's the thing on Yak Attack. I tried to tighten that down, but that one came loose. Yak Attack needs to definitely work on that. I couldn't get it to hold right there, but they have one on each side. I'm going to show you guys how this works. That pops down in there, and see how that little ridge holds that in there, and then this locks on there. These come standard. These are available from Yak Attack, but is that not cool? Look how it holds the rod at a nice angle right there. I like that angle for holding. So basically it's got two built-in rod holders on it. But something else that these things are also good for, like a take apart paddle, check this out. Your paddle fits down in there nicely too. So it's good storage for your paddle while you're traveling. And there is more rod storage, so you guys are going to want to see this, because there's some cool rod storage built into this boat that I want to show you. That's nice. And it holds a bait caster and a spinning reel. You can see how it holds a spinning reel and a bait caster. I've tried them both in there. Moving up, there's a small cam strap here for locking onto things. This right here is something different. Is that not cool looking? Look at the attention to detail. They've got it run around a security bar that runs through the seat. That helps hold the seat down, and look how sturdy that is. I really like this system. And by the way, you notice something on this boat? This is Crescent's first high-low system built into the boat. Is that not cool? They have a high-low system, and look how it works right here. And it functions extremely well. You basically loosen that up, that cam up, and this can all be done on water. I do have. Let's move that out of there. Look at that. That's how you, and then you would just like tuck this up under here like this. High-low adjustment on water. Is that not cool? Look at that. So that's high, and the high is padded out for silencing pads. The low, you'd have to put your own in there. But a lot of water usually puddles in those things anyway. And the thing is, when you're in the low position, it takes away a lot of your under-seat storage. The high position has a lot of good under-seat storage. I run it in the high position, but this thing paddles extremely well in the low position. I paddled it around in the low position. It zooms across the river. It zips across currents really nicely. It's a lot faster because you're lower down in the water. You can get better, more efficient paddling strokes. Very nice on that. I really like that Crescent did that. Cool feature right there. And it's a very nice way that it happens too. Let's move it. I can't do it one-handed. So yeah, that's the high-low seating system. It's the normal Crescent seat. Their seat's really good. I still run a seat pad in there, but I do that on all boats. I don't care what the model is. I always run a seat pad in there, but this seat is comfortable. I've used it for 6-7 hours straight, and it was fine. I can go on about Crescent's seat. They did a good job in their seat design. So I cover the seat, and then underneath the seat is a lot of good storage. I've got a full-on Bass Mafia bag that has all my soft plastics in it, but you can also load this down with a lot of Plano boxes up under there. It does come with 2 Plano box storages right here. Check that out. That works extremely well. So like your most used Plano boxes, you've got a little bungee right here to kind of go around. See how you have the bungee where you can just go around, it holds it in place. Those are my 2 most used Plano boxes there. And it's one on each side, by the way. So there's one over here and one over here. So I'm going to stay on this right-hand side because the left-hand side's pretty much identical. So whatever's over here is over there, just so you guys know. Silencing pads under there, so when you're sliding your Plano boxes in and out, and like I said, you're only available to go in and out from the side because you have this strap here, so you can't really get a lot out through here. It's just very cumbersome to get things in and out because of the strap, but that's okay. I got used to it pretty easy. I like how you can just go in and out there. They've got 2 paddle parks on this thing, but a lot of people I could see using a power pole. I mean a parking pole. You could run a parking pole down through there. You can run your paddle there, but a lot of times I just use the front strap or these things right here, which I'll get to these in a minute. Side handles for latching it down if you want to like lock it down to your car or run it through your trailer. This is always a good option for locking the straps down. So these little cutouts right here, you see those little cutouts? That fits perfect for the butt of your rod to fit down in there. Very functional the way that works. And you see the rod, how it goes up through here, through there. So that's what that is, but you can also butt your rod up right there. So it's easy to butt your rod up there or back in here. I like that feature. You can do it on either side. I like that feature a lot. It works extremely well. There's a bracket where an anchor wizard will mount perfectly on the left or right side, but it also works as a cup. 90% of the time, I just use that for spare lures. I'll throw lures, has a little bit of draining. So if I've got extra stuff, you're asking what these are? This is for some line cutters. There's a little peel and stick line cutters, hook sharpener and cutter right there. I like that. These little features right here just kind of like built in there, kind of like a little hidden feature right there. Traction pads in the middle, scuppers here. There is scupper plugs. I don't know if scupper plugs are going to come with the boat or not. I don't know that yet, but this one I don't use scupper plugs because the weight capacity is so big on these things, I don't really need it. So check these little things out right here. So these right here is something I've done on my boat several times, but this thing comes standard with 2 Yak Attack roto grips. And check out what you do right here. Look how your paddle just locks in right there. So if you need to stand up real quick, you put your paddle down. It's not going anywhere. It's nice and sturdy. I really like that feature a lot. You got 2 options for your paddle right here. And then there's a paddle park right up here where I use the paddle park if I'm doing something quick, but I use that just to kind of throw. I like that option. That's cool. Moving on up to this area. This right here, check this out. This is kind of like an area that's sized perfectly for a catch board. For all you tournament anglers that want to run your catch board, a catch board is basically a very calibrated, is an extremely well calibrated measuring device for measuring bass. But for guys like me and probably a lot of you guys, it's nice to just have something right here in front of you that you can throw a fish down. I can measure 1 to 25 inches and just throw a bass down right here, kind of like a quick and easy area. That's really cool. I really like that feature, how they built that in. Moving up here, more traction pads, nice drainage ports. You can see this thing drains nicely with all of these drainage right here. These are really good foot braces. I've used these on a lot of different models. They work extremely well. Yak Attack gear tracks on both the left and right here, and I do run like a lock and load because I'll run a rod holder out through here. This area right here, there is a mount to go down into a transducer mount on the bottom. This is made for a fish finder. A fish finder will go perfectly right here in this area. You have a way of mounting it here. You'll run your wires up through there, run them into your hatch. So you've got an area to put your battery and put all of that. So that's a nice feature to have. Me personally, I don't run a fish finder. I don't really use it that much. My fish finder's in my brain. That's where my fish finder is. So check this out. All of you guys that want to do Facebook Live or whatever, you can put a phone right there and you can film while you're setting right here. So if you want to show off your today's catch and sit there and do FaceTime or some sort of Facebook Live, YouTube Live, whatever, that's a cool little feature. I doubt I'll ever use it. I would rather have like a GoPro mount up here and run with a GoPro instead of my cell phone constantly, but it's nice to have that. You know, it's nice to have that little feature in there. And you could also tether your phone to that if you need to, if you're worried about it falling out. Check this thing out. This is something very cool. This is something innovative I've not seen. This is something by a company called Rod Saver that Crescent partnered up with. This thing has a dual purpose. You can adjust it like that and put like a little arch in it, and you could either run a paddle park up in there, but then check this out. You can run your rods up in there like this. So you see how my rod goes up through there like that, and then I would tighten it down, and that's all locked in. They're not going to fly out or anything. I like that feature a lot. It works extremely well. Very impressed on how well that held my rod tips in, kept them from getting broken. This hatch, very sturdy. They built structure into it where the rods can go down through there, holds the rods in nicely. Very cool way of holding it on. You don't need much. They've got bungee straps that run across there and a couple of webbing straps back here in the back, but check this out. Look at the storage in here, by the way. That is Latin for shoal bass, for you guys that want to pronounce that. Cataractic, maybe. Look at these things right here. So you see what that is? That is internal rod storage inside this hatch. You guys wanted to open your hatch out, you do have a cutout right here where you can cut that out, and then you can make this more internal storage. But I'm going to show you guys a quick cool feature of that right there. Internal rod storage that runs down in there like that. I wish those were a little bigger, but they do fit down in there nicely. You see how the rod just sits down in there like that? You could run several rods. You can cut another hole there if you want to do more rod storage. I wish those were a little larger to fit my rod down in, but they work fine. I really like that feature a lot. You can put easily your 2 best rods down inside there, put more rods up here. I love that storage. The amount of features they built into this thing is awesome. You see this thing? I know you guys might be wondering what the heck this thing is. Well, check this thing out. This is something very innovative for me. Look at how this Yak Attack gear track is mounted, and it has these little mounts here. And check this out. So if I want this handle, look how I can adjust this handle. Hold down the button. Look at how I have the handle. Look at the attention to detail. They have the Crescent logo there. Now I can drag this boat. Is that not cool? Having a handle like this, you always want to drag your boat flat. You don't want to lift your boat up. If you had a flat handle here, you got to lift it up. It puts a lot of pressure on that back keel. Even if I had a skid plate back there, I don't want to wear my skid plates down. You want to drag your boats flat. So a lot of times I always had some sort of cam strap mounted to my handle, so I would walk and drag my boat like that. If I'm in shallow shoals, if I'm trying to go upriver, or just walking into a put in. And by the way, this is all removable. Check that out. They just go into 2 insert studs right there. You would take your strap off, take these out, and you could just mount whatever you want up here if you want to put something else up here. That is a cool feature. I like that feature a lot, by the way. So yeah, good job on Crescent for making something, you know, that I've never seen. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but let me know if you've seen something like that. And like I said, that is all removable. If you don't like it, take it off. Wow, that was long, I know. So that's the entire deck. Enough about the deck. I'm going to go ahead, take a few things off. I'm going to roll it over, and I'm going to show you guys the business on the bottom and let you see what's going on this hull, because they've done something a little different than, like, say, like the CK1. So I want to show you guys this hull real quick. So yeah, let's roll it over now. You can see, starting back here at the back, this is very tapered right here, where the keel line has been brought down. This hull is close. It's more similar to the Crescent Crew, than it is the CK1. The CK1 had this step down going to it. This has a small keel line, makes it a little better at getting up over things. It has these rails right here running out. See these channels right here that help hold water? That's what helps it track so well in the lakes and ponds right here. You get this thing in a lake and pond, it tracks extremely well because of the fact that these go down through right here, and it helps trap the water, and it doesn't let that tail kick around. It stays very smooth like that. Very impressed with this hull. This is by far one of the, I mean, I sound like a, you know, I'm a big Crescent fanboy, but this might be one of the best Crescent hulls that I've paddled so far. I really like the CK1 for its ability for on water, on river, because it's very rockered and it moves around a lot, and it's very like quick and zippy for moving around. This tracks extremely well on a lake, slow moving water like this, and it tracks extremely well. It's quick, it's fast, and it's stable. The width starts about right up here and just kind of like carries all the way out. It's not like the CK1, which is tapered in, so it stays wide throughout. So it's a very stable platform with not a lot of like rocker built into the bow. You can see that this thing is not, once again, that big bulbous nose that Crescent's known for, but that functions extremely well the way they've done that. And they've run these rails just run all the way down. They've tapered this and lifted that edge up so it's not very grabby and moving water. It's able to get on that edge and flow very smoothly off of those edges. Very impressed. A lot of kiss-offs built in this thing. Look at all these kiss-offs. Now those things are built for structure. These are scuppers right here, but that's kiss-offs for structure in the hull. Notice this is something else Crescent's never done, which is a small spot to mount a transducer. So if you guys wanted to mount some sort of transducer mount, it comes out of that hole right there, and you would mount it somewhere in there. Textured area around like that, and kind of polish the rest of the area. Very impressed. I like this hull a lot. That's the hull. That's the entire hull makeup of this thing. Let's roll it back over. All right, now that I got it rolled back over here, so I'll show you guys the specs on this thing are 11 foot 10, 34 inches wide. It's fully assembled like this. It comes in at 78 pounds, and weight capacity on this thing is around 450, between 400 and 450 pounds. That is a lot of weight capacity on a boat. It's it's slightly under 12 foot, and it's a very nice platform for really loading down. So very impressed on that. All right, everybody, that's all I got on the Crescent Shoalie SF. You guys leave in the comments what you think of this boat. What do you think of the features on this? Is there anything on this boat that you like a lot? Let me know, or something you think that's missing that you'd like to see on this boat, because I've been extremely impressed with this thing. I've been putting it through its paces on rivers, lakes, ponds, everything. It's one of the best all-around kayaks I have ever paddled. I know that sounds crazy. I have paddled hundreds of different kayaks, and this, as far as a all-around river fisher, lake fishing, pond fishing, I have been so impressed with this kayak. So good job on Crescent. They knocked it out of the park once again. If you're interested in some on-water paddling, the videos will come up now. You can go check those out. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. All right, let's go do some fishing. Let's load all this crap back on here and get out of here.